you know, there's other things I can share with you. So Tim kindly wrote up about the inheritance of the Merle gene, as did Kim Shive, who's another geneticist. And maybe I'll read hers so you don't feel embarrassed. Okay, let me read this to you. I dropped this on this. Okay, this is what she wrote about the inheritance involved. Sable is a color.
He's leaving, okay. He's leaving. It's like his fourth trip by today.
Okay. Sable is a color. Sable Merle is one of 3 sable genotypes that may affect the appearance of the sable color. The pure for sable genotype, 2 sable genes, may produce a sable color ranging from pale lemon or straw to red. The trifactored collie, which carries a gene for tricolor, also along with the gene for sable, is usually a darker sable with coat shading ranging from walnut to mahogany. A sable Merle collie, 1 gene for Merle in addition to 1 or 2 genes for sable, is often a lighter shade of sable and may or may not exhibit the Merling pattern to varying degrees. All 3 genotypes produce dogs that are clearly sable in color. A knowledgeable observer may be able to guess a sable dog's genotype, but only DNA testing or breeding results can make a definitive identification of genotype. However, the identification of dogs as sable Merles has to do with breeding, not with showing, and hence does not concern judges who are there to evaluate a dog's phenotype. The standard does not mention sable Merle or trifactoring because both are simply variants of the sable color. AKC registration forms do allow sable Merles to be identified as such because doubling up on the Merle factor may cause health problems and is not generally desirable. So the second thing that we did was we contacted 2 collie breeder veterinarians. That would be Dr. Cindy Bossart and Dr. David Hansen. Basically, the bottom line is, folks, there's nothing in the way of health problems for these dogs. Having 1 Merle gene is not any kind of a problem. It's when you double up on that, then you can have problems. Deafness, blindness. But, you know, you need to think about what you're doing. And that isn't really a part of judging these. If I can find theirs, I will read them to you. Well, anyway, I don't think there's anyone here, it's here somewhere, but that sees that there's anything that's any different about sable Merles than any normal sable or tricolor or blue Merle collie. We need to be careful. You don't want to breed sable Merles to sable Merles or sable Merles to blues. That's that. Okay. Now, the other thing, this is what we're putting together that we'll have in Springfield. It's still in the planning stages. We're up to 82 pages. So,
wow.
has the evolution of the standard in terms of color, the genetics of it. But I mean, basically, this is stuff. If there are people who don't know it, it is for them. Then we have for you a list of the 205 Sable Merle champions that have finished.
Now, is that the ones that are actually recorded as Sable Merles?
Yeah, and so there would be more, but...
That's what I was going to say, because years ago there wasn't that box.
Right.
We all did Sable.
Right. So that, you know... I think that it does show that Sable Merles can finish. And we have also the critiques from various specialties of Sable Merles, mostly national critiques. And we're also going to have, there are, for those of you who are not aware, the top producing bitch in the breed is a Sable Merle named Champion Overland Endless Summer. I showed the bitch, got reserve at the National with her. There is no reason that these dogs cannot be valuable, contributing elements to a breeding program. Now, what you breed and what you show are not always the same thing. I think anyone who's been doing this for a while, there are two, this dog that I finished, Champion Perry's Sundather Tradition, was an ROM dog, and Gambit's Trick of Light is another ROM dog. So there is no question that Sable Merles can be used in a breeding program and, you know, be just as valuable as any other dog. So, let's see, I've got the AKC, okay, so I wanted to then share with you I guess, would it be best for you if I actually read the questions that were sent to the mentors, or I thought that had been sent out to you? Do you want me to do that? Okay. It's basically, it's the same as, similar to the one, but not as abbreviated. First question, how long have you been a member of CC of A? When did you whelp your first litter? As a breeder, have you had experience with Sable Merle collies? If so, please elaborate. 2. Are you currently licensed to judge collies, or have you had experience judging collies? If yes, please elaborate. Have you attended and or exhibited at the CCVA National Specialty? If yes, please elaborate. In regard to the collie standard, do you hold it as a standard of perfection or the ideal, or do you think of it as a standard of acceptability? Please explain. Has the way that you perceive the collie standard changed over your years of experience in collies? If yes, please elaborate. What are your feelings about Sable Merles in the open Sable class? Okay, so I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care how I feel about it, because it doesn't matter. The AKC says Sable Merles, if they're going to be shown in an open class, would be in the open Sable class. That's not a matter of, you know, well, gee, I think I'll put it in try today. You know, it's got to be in the open Sable class.